Welcome to Module 1, What is Curriculum Management? In this module, you'll be focused on the course objective, demonstrates knowledge of curriculum management in analyzing components of a curriculum system. Your module objectives will be the following. Review the 7 types of curriculum and explain each type. Apply the knowledge of content and performance standards by unpacking a standard and identifying evidence of mastery. Connect the 4 documents regarding managing curriculum in Texas and summarize the key components of the Texas Initiative. According to Alan Gladhorn, there are several different types of curriculum at work in the school. When they are reasonably similar to each other, student achievement is improved. In your readings this week, Gladhorn describes several of those curricula to you. He also describes the alignment between those different curricula. It's important to you as a future campus leader to understand these types of curricula and how they are intertwined with each other. You will also be reading 4 documents this week. The first is the Texas Effective Schools Framework. At the core of effective schools is effective instruction. There are 4 levers to this framework. Lever 1, strong school leadership and planning. Lever 2, effective, well-supported teachers. Lever 3, positive school culture. Level 4, high quality curriculum. And lever 5, effective instruction. In this course, we will mostly focus on lever 4, which is described as all students have access to a TEKS-aligned, guaranteed and viable curriculum, assessment, and resources to engage in learning at appropriate levels of rigor. Because it's impossible to separate the other levels from lever 4, we will briefly discuss them and how they align with lever 4. The next document that you'll be reviewing will be the TEA Strategic Plan. There are 4 priorities in the plan. Strategic Priority 1 is recruit, support, and retain teachers and principals. Priority 2 is build a foundation of reading and math. Priority 3 is connect high school to career and college. And Priority 4 is improving low-performance schools. Although these priorities do not specifically discuss curriculum, it is obvious from Priority 2, 3, and 4 that there has to be an emphasis on curriculum and instruction. Our third document is the Texas Standards for Principals. This document outlines responsibilities and requirements for Texas principals. These standards are assessed using the TPEST evaluation system for administrators. These standards imply what principals should know and do to improve schools and student achievement. And finally, our 4th document is one that you should be familiar with from 5352. It's the Leading the Instructional Core by Richard Elmore. When you read it in 5352, you were looking at it through the lens of instructional leadership. As you reread it, you should now look at it through the lens of curriculum management. How does each component, teacher, student, and content align as if you're looking at a guaranteed and viable curriculum? According to the Texas Principal Standards, an effective principal implements rigorous curriculum aligned to state standards. It's important for teachers to understand what students need to know and be able to do according to their grade and content standards. To do that, they need to understand that there are 2 types of standards, content and performance. Performance standards are what students should be able to do. Does a standard call for knowing and understanding, analyzing, or evaluating, or creating? The performance standards must be measurable. Knowing and understanding are not measurable. They are called behavioral objectives and can be measured through student behavior. Since the 1980 TABS state assessment in Texas, the degree and complexity has increased from a basic skills test to students demonstrating their learning at a higher level. Now the TEKS are at an apply and analyze level. You will be using Webb's Depth of Knowledge for Part 3 of this week's assignment. As you look at the standard that you choose, you will determine the depth of knowledge level. This might be a good exercise for your faculty as well. If the standards are at level 3 and 4, then instruction should be at that level as well. What in your curriculum guarantees students that they are being given opportunities for rigorous curriculum? Do your teachers know how to unpack standards to have a deeper understanding of what the students are being asked to know and be able to do? In Part 3, you will be unpacking standards and identifying the student expectations, evidence of learning, and student objectives, and how this will impact you as a principal. We hope that you will enjoy Module 1 and that it will pique your interest in this course and what will be expected of you as a curriculum manager.